Oh, thank you, Rosangela. I was muted. Thank you. Yep. Basically, what I was saying is, I have no clue what's going on. Somehow the internet connection has some problems, and then my machine started messing around. But the main thing is, like on my phone, I have a perfect connection. I have 300 down, 660 up with the Starlink. But then on my machine, when I initially tested it, when I booted it up, I had one up and one down, which was really weird. Then I restarted it. Then I had 20 down and 12 up, which is still very bad. And it's like a very poor signal. So probably, um, it will like lag again. That's why I wouldn't like share it any on Discord or on X because, yeah, I'll be just taking it easy with this stream. Just half an hour um, to be in the market a little bit and to just keep in the routine, of doing 2 sessions per day, which I definitely want to do. Also answer some questions, and that's basically it. But not gonna make a big deal of it out of it today because with that internet connection, it is not good. Um, what kind of computer are you using there? Well, here in the chat, I have 2 screens connected to right now, just one screen, but a MacBook Pro from, let me see, I can show you the exact model. MacBook Pro 14-inch 2023 M3 Max 36 gigabytes. So I think like the machine itself was not the problem. I think it had to do with the Open Broadcaster tool, right? With the software that I'm using to stream. So this thing, right? Um, because as soon as I started it up, and then the frame started to be like very weird, right? The frame drops and everything kind of was glitching. I think that kind of messed with the software. Then the machine started getting louder and everything started to crash, and I restarted it. So there's something weird. Uh, could be a server connection issue. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. I had the same thing yesterday. What was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday's stream, same thing. Um, but now the frame drops are even worse. It's really bad. Like, but on the phone it's working perfectly. It's perfectly fine on the phone. But yeah, what I already did, I have a Ethernet here, but I think in the heat because it's so hot here, the cable died because that was working when I did my test streams a month ago. I used Ethernet directly connected to the Starlink, worked perfectly fine. But yeah, I think the cable is burnt just because of the heat. It's not working anymore. No signal, no nothing. So I need to lay a new cable, and then it will be fine. And I can do so for Monday. So I'll buy a new cable, and then it will be all fine. That's a nice one. Yeah, the machine is good. It's doing its job pretty well. Um, I will at some point upgrade to a different model, but for now, it's good. It does its job well. I think once AI advances even more, and if there will be some better models that I can run on my local machine because I'm working a lot with AI, then I might need a version with yeah, a little bit more performance. So let's look at what the market is doing. For those who are joining and did not join the London stream, I added I added a training account. The end of day account is our main challenge account, and let me actually show you the trades that we already had. All right, it's all the way back here. Oh, they're not showing up anymore. Why are they not showing up anymore? The market did not even. I'm on the wrong account, right? So that was the account 914. That one. So we had our yeah one trade idea basically which was kind of price holding above 60, or the break of 60 is what I was looking at here for. I mean, let's see if we still have the level on the 15 minute. Yeah, we have the level right here. That was right here, where my cursor is. So I was looking for the break of 60, which worked, right? Broke 60, went into 80, and I took profit here. But I added onto the trade and re-entered after the pullback here. Essentially, what I should have done is just basically uh, yeah, taking profit way earlier, which was actually a note that I did over the past 2 days. And that's how I'm kind of now progressing here and learning to further develop my strategy, and especially also around risk management. I should have taken profit earlier because I clearly had the level 80 already here, all right? So the 60, that is this line down here, which was the line where I was looking for a break that I wanted to trade. I wanted to take it all the way into 80, and that was my take profit level. I took profit, but I was too confident. And with the volume increase when we moved above 70, I got even more confident. And that is why I added, right, for the break of 80 instead of taking profit at 80. If I would have done so, then we would have been up $220 something. So when I closed these positions, we are up, I think, 130, and then got stopped out with these two, and now we are down $37 or 56, which is not even break even anymore. I mean, you could call it break even if you would be trading like mini contracts or so, but yeah, right, with a daily loss limit of $150, that is already not good. So let's go to where we are at right now. Oh, pretty interesting, right? Looking for a potential breakout here at 40. That's what we can clearly see on the 15 minute. So let me go into some messages. Eddie's saying, "Hey Jonas, I sent you an email. I'll look into it. Didn't see it yet. Maybe cable connectors are toast." Yeah, I mean, the sun here is so hot, it burns through everything. So I think it's dead. It's just it's I need a new one. So I'll take it easy today. Just half an hour, not even sharing the stream anywhere. So whoever joined because you subscribed to me, happy to have you here. So I'm entering with 3 contracts for the break of 40, and then I'll be looking to set my stop loss. Basically where the 230, right? Down here. Setting my stop loss down here. We have a new 1 hourly candle in about 4 minutes. That's when we could probably see a pullback. So I would be just looking for a small move here, maybe into 50, and that's it. Or just closing it out at break even. I'll definitely wait for the new 1 hourly before I decide on what final position I want to go for. But I generally like the idea of the break here of this level 40, because if we look at the 15 minute, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that we're kind of heading towards a higher day here if we would break 40. But let's see what happens. Wait, why is this a 1 hourly? That should be a 5 minute here, not 1 hourly. Yeah, I think I wanted to add a 5 minute last time, but then I didn't know how to change it because Yeah, I haven't touched it so long. Bar count. Where do I change that again? I haven't touched this platform in a very long time, so I don't even know how to set the time anymore. Do I right click here somewhere? Configure chart elements. Ah, it's just here, time period. Ah, that's easy. It was just hidden because, uh, like you have to, yeah, you have to be with the cursor in the chart so you can see it. And I was up here, so I didn't see it. Okay, because I definitely also like to have the 5 minute open when I'm already in a position. Usually use the 15 minute together with the 5 minute to get a better idea of kind of what's happening. Um, yeah, but what I will be doing is 20-point stop, so I'll set it at 20, and would because 40 20, so it will be 21, right? So we have exactly 20 points. That's perfect. And we have 3 contracts right now, and if I have more confirmation on this break, then I would add a few contracts on. Have you tried NinjaTrader? Yes, I traded with NinjaTrader for a while. And on my Windows machine in the office, I also have NinjaTrader installed, mainly for testing purposes, right? Because I need to test our accounts with all platforms that we basically offer, which at the moment at least is TradeVate, NinjaTrader, and TradingView. But I like to trade with NinjaTrader as well, but I prefer it to do so when I'm going for like short-term swing trades, intraday swing trades, like trades that I do not intend to hold for multiple days, but for multiple hours, so longer positions, not just in a few minutes. Or that's when I really like NinjaTrader, also with its indicators and working with the chart, because I work much more actively with the chart when I'm on working with higher time frames. Then I like to properly chart everything out. But when it comes to the scalping that I'm going here for trading with the range chart, pretty much TradeOvate, this setup works for me. It's a little bit funny every now and then, but generally it works for me. All right, so the new 1 hourly candle, it just popped off. Now we gotta look where kind of we would have the next resistance and where we could add onto that trade. But yeah, and unfortunately, I have no idea at the moment. I mean, there's a lot of room to the upside, but obviously we're now heading towards the higher day, and just only now broke through that 40 level, which kind of seems to have been a pretty important level within the past few hours. I missed all these moves because I wasn't trading, wasn't in front of the screens, was working, because I was trading here before the news and everything. I was trading down here this morning during lunch when everything was still calm. Yeah, I mean, it was a nice move, right? Went all the way into the 60s again, the level that we've seen the past days, the past week now, multiple times. And yeah, then just whoop, went straight up. So I would be looking to take profit around 60. Good. And how has your trading been? Did any one of you trade the open? Did any one of you trade the news? Did anyone get burned by the news? I think it was it? What was it today? Was it CPI? Or was that yesterday? I have no clue. That will be one of the next things that I'll also add to my trading plan. I'm starting I'm going step by step. So one of the next things, once I've identified my strategy, is obviously on a daily basis, checking what the actual news events are, what is going on with the market, also overall general mainstream media news, and so on, that you obviously need to be aware of because they have a high impact on the market. And also, getting an update on the war situation and just what is going on in the world, so that you get a better idea and get a better feeling um, for what the market is currently impacted by. But you need to start slow, step by step. Let's first develop a strategy that we can get confident with before we look into any of these um, sort of secondary things. All these things are just to optimize something and perfect something that you have developed. But before you can optimize and kind of make something perfect, you first need to have a basis. And the basis is a solid strategy and a solid trading plan. And that is what we're currently developing here in this series, right? Where we are trading this NAD account. And one thing that I can already see, which I'm really happy about, because this just shows me that I need much more practice, is that I'll probably be not trading the live account already September 1st, because it will take me a little bit more to reach the profit target here, and that is the goal. It's the goal to reach the profit target in that account, and the goal is to do so in a professional way, right? Not by going max contracts, gambling, and going crazy. Uh, the plan is to hit the target by developing a solid strategy, multiple strategies for multiple time frames, and sessions, for one strategy for the London session, one strategy for the New York session. That is the plan. And in order to be able to do that properly, I need to have as much screen time as possible, which I'm kind of limited by at the moment, but I'm getting in a good rhythm, I would say. I'm getting into a good flow with that, actually. So let's see what is happening here, Um, the only reason why I didn't take profit yet is because it would have simply been not interesting enough for me. I wouldn't be able to learn enough here, right? I thought, okay, maybe I should take profit here when it was kind of when the price was kind of weak, around 55. But and that is what I would have usually done. Okay, taking the $60, and then they would be sort of at break even. But I want to see, I want to stay in the market longer and want to see what's happening. Want to see, will this level 40 now still be respected? Could we potentially add for a break of 50 so that we could even gain more? Now, what could we do here? And as you can see now, it's pushing a little bit crazy. And in that cases, I will increase my take profit and not keep it where I initially had it. Especially if I see an increase in volume. So if volume now is picking up, then I might still stay in. I will not add on now because that would be a little bit too late. The ideal place where I should have added would have been right around the 40s with this pullback, but it went way too quick. It went way too quick for me to be able to make a good decision on that, and that's why I just let it go, and didn't do anything more. So now also we can take a few chips off the table, right? Let's just close one for now. Oh, no, not all. I just wanted to close out one. Just one. Okay? Then, because with the price being here, I'm quite confident that we will see a new high. And if not, then we won't. So let's take off another one. If price breaks below 57, so we place one order right here, then we would basically take off another one, and we'd leave the last micro on to get a new break of the higher day. Okay? Sounds like a plan? Sounds like a plan. And that is exactly what I need to do, what I need to practice, looking at, at how do I go about taking profits and scaling in and out of my positions. And that is what I'm learning. I need a lot of hours before I can go live. So um, daily streams, like 2 times a day, absolutely. That's really the minimum, I think. Um, with 1 to 2 hours each, so that I can get at least 3 hours a day being exposed to the market 5 days a week. You know, that makes 15 hours, which is really good. Then for an entire month, well, that's 60 hours. But 60 hours, sounds a lot, but it's not a lot. 60 hours after a 3 year break, I think I need more than 60 hours. When I just um, would go kind of by my feeling, I think I would need 120 to 180 hours uh, to be to feel confident enough again to go to confidently move live and generate money in the live markets. I think it would take me 3 months, up to 3 months, to have my strategy and my plan and my routine developed before I can say, okay, let's go live. Let's actually think about making money. Until then, I probably should paper trade, right? Yeah, and that's what I kind of recommend you guys to do too. I really joined the perfect time this evening here. Turned on the stream and saw the break of 40 happening and went in almost right away, um, which is funny. New York hasn't given me good opportunities thus far. Today it is the case. But it's also, because it's already the afternoon, and I love the afternoon session because the afternoon session, the New York afternoon session often feels like the London session. Okay. So I'll be just going out here because I'm fine. We're up $67 for the day. That is good. After being down around $30 during the London session, I think that's solid. That's our first. No, that's now after having a 3-day kind of losing streak for the New York session. That's pretty good. And that shows me something again, something that I already learned 3 years back, 3 years ago, which is don't trade the first even 3 hours after the market open. I usually lose money. And I usually make most of my money during the London session and 1 to 2 hours before the market closes. During the afternoon, when everybody is getting calm, when the big players are pulling out of the market, when they don't turn off, but when the machines turn off, or at least get slower, that's usually when I perform the best. And that's why, guys, journaling, reviewing your trades, you reviewing your sessions, even recording your sessions is so important. And take notes. If you're too lazy to journal, if you're too lazy to record your sessions or review your sessions, please take notes. Take a notepad. I don't have any notepad here yet in my cave, but at the office I do. Right, I have a note and a pen, and whenever I see something that I need to note down, a learning, then I take notes. And trading is a very complex thing, a very difficult thing, a thing where so many different parameters matter, so many different things need to come together, and they all need to work together for you to be able to properly do your job. You need to be in the right mindset. You should not be stressed. You should not be too hungry. Your body needs to be in a good state. Then your machine needs to work properly. Your internet connection needs to work properly. You need to be properly. You need to have enough funds, right? You need to know risk management. You need to have a proper strategy. You need to know during which session you will execute. You need to know on what time frames you trade. You need to know what indicators you use, right? All of these things, so many things. You need to know how you can recover from a losing streak, or how you go handle a loss or a big win. Trading is, I would say, one of the most difficult things that you can, if you get good at it and if you achieve it doing it, you can, I think, be kind of a little bit proud of yourself, because it's so challenging on multiple levels, being able to consistently, sustainably be profitable, right? By that I don't mean like having a big 50K month and then like a big lucky month taking a payout from a prop firm and then that's it. No, I mean like consistently taking out money and surviving for multiple years in the markets and not having a few funny lucky months and then blowing up. And that is a big, big challenge with trading. And that's a challenge that I want to do again because I love challenges. That's just kind of my personality type. I love being challenged. I love challenges. I think life is boring otherwise, and that's why trading is the perfect hobby and perfect business and perfect job for me. I just love it. So, what did we observe here, right? Basically, price moves much more cleaner and not too crazy fast during the afternoons, which is something that we know, something that I did know. But after a 3 year break, I needed a little bit of a restart. I mean, even let's even look at this, right? I think that was, yeah, look at this, this pure choppiness, chop, 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 chop. um, even on the way down, crazy, right? And then here you finally get a little bit more extended, like long, clear moves, right? I mean, look at this. This is like pure madness. I think that here is during the open kind of thing. Um, Pure craziness, right? You would get stopped out here again. You kind of might change your opinion and you would want to go short because on a higher time frame kind of looks like we're heading towards the downside, but then it pushes up again. So you get stopped out here. Okay, try another entry short, stop that here, right? And then finally we go down. That's the typical things. And what I like to see is price like that, where you have continuous long smooth moves like this. Look at how long it is, right? That's like yeah, 1 hour. That's a 1 hour. It's just straight up like that, smooth, slow, clean. Same like this move, very clear. So what's the key learning that we're taking away today? I would say with the strategy that I'm currently trading, with the strategy that I'm intending to trade for this challenge during the London session, if I also want to trade this challenge during the New York session, I need to do that during the afternoon because that is what I did back then, 3 years ago. Okay? So I'm taking notes. I don't have my notepad on here yet. Today we got out exactly at the right point and good. Our account is now sitting at $160 in profits overall. Let's look at it. Let's look at it for the entire month. So we at some point we're already, if we zoom in, for those who kind of missed it, we are already up $800 at some point. And two big problems that I have, I was successful trading the London sessions that worked for me, but then New York sessions, I think I was trading 1 hour after the open, or half an hour to an hour after the open, and it was just turbulent. Especially also, the past days being choppy, waiting for the news to get that the market participants get a clear idea of the direction, and that's kind of where I gave a lot of money away. And then yesterday's trade was just foolish, right? During the London session, because I decided to do a counter trend trade, also because I just wanted to have some practice in, and that's when I gave, when we had the final capitulation of our P&L curve, so to say. But yeah, let's see what London session has. What London session will provide us with tomorrow. What opportunities we will get. We will also start trading the new Purdia IFA, like instant funding pioneer account that you can get. It's live. You get it for $3.99. That's the new 100K instant funding account alternative. If you missed it, you can just go on YouTube to the videos, or no, to the live stream tab, and you'll see it called like live stream update or something. Yeah. And on a regular basis now, we will be releasing new account types, new features. That is Pilot 001. and more interesting stuff will come. Yeah, get it whilst this is still available. This will expire within the next few hours. Then the price will be bumped up to $4.99, and then the $4.99 price will there are only 250 slots total. Then the pilot testing phase for this low entry price to get as many people to test it as possible will end. So Rosandra is saying good, lots of points in disease to make today. Fun day. Yeah, looks like a fun day when looking at it. Looks like, yeah, very clean, nice moves. Almost looks like the same structure that we had on the 4-hourly, like the past days, right? If you look at it, that's the 4-hourly. On a higher time frame, now we get the same kind of structure here of the market on the 15-minute. That's interesting. Good. Any questions? Anything to mention? Then I would address that over. Otherwise, I'd go and end it for the day because I just wanted to do half an hour. I'm pretty tired. The internet connection problems, and we had one good solid trade that I'm very happy with. And I don't want to give a single dollar back to the markets. So we basically just traded the break of 40, took a few points. That's it, right? Took the total move here was 30 points from the 40s all the way into 70, and yeah, good. That's it. Yeah, I enjoy the streams a lot. And right now, there's not a fixed routine yet at what time I'm doing them. The morning ones during the London session, I'm trying to do them at 10 a.m. Not like 8 a.m., right? When the London market opens. But for me, it's 10 a.m. And then I think going forward, I will be doing the US New York streams during the afternoon. It makes a whole lot more sense for my approach and also for the daily routine, because I think the time, the break that I have in between the London session and the New York session is too short in order to get all the work done that I also need to get done for the prop firm, for Purdia. I've locked out $200 on the day. You got in $200, perfect. That's it. You don't need 2,000. You don't need 5,000. Start slow. And then scale up from there. And at some point, you'll lock in $2,000 days. That's the same thing that I will be doing. So, for some guys that I like, for some of you that are watching it now, that are watching it, the recording, and you kind of know other streamers, that say, hey, $15,000 here, $20,000 here, $10,000 here. I'm not trying to be a crazy streamer or anything, trying to attract as many people to sell something to. What I'm trying to do here is to get back into trading myself. That's the main purpose here, and to show you what you might expect when you will join our professional desk, whether it's a physical or remote desk. And I want to learn, and I will share the process. And it could be the case that we will be trading micro contracts in a simulated account for 3 months before I move into a live account, before I even touch a live account. Might not be the case if I get into the rhythm pretty quick, but I can say from my past experience, after taking a 3-year break from trading, 3 months of getting back into it is realistic. Absolutely. Take the time. Take it slow. Do so too. Thanks for watching, guys. Now, one more question. Somebody asked a question in the zone saying, by the way, after pilot phase for the new instant funding account, if it does work out and strike out, what happens to the subscribers? If it doesn't work out, nothing happens. You can continue trading the account. You just simply can't purchase a new one. You can continue trading it forever, until you either take out all the money or you blow it. But nothing happens. And this will be the case with all pilot accounts. But with pilot features, that will not be the case. Let's say we introduce a fast track payout system where you can get paid out within 3 days. Like instead of the minimum profitable days being, let's say, 5, we reduce it for a limited time to 3 if you have a good score of XYZ. Let's say your Let's say we apply a scoring to your account that you are eligible for fast track payouts because the way you trade indicates that you are taking it serious, and we want to have you potentially have you on our desk. Then this might be a feature that you could have, right? Fast track payouts, only 3 days or so to pass, so that you can get quickly into a live account again. This might be this would be a feature that if we discontinue it, it would obviously won't be available anymore once we discontinue it. But for any account that we discontinue that you're already trading, you can continue trading it because you paid for the account. You paid for the account. That's it, right? If we would offer a feature that you pay, like anything, even if a feature, let's say we offer a feature that you pay for, you will keep it, right? So even if it's past fast track payouts and it's a feature that you actually paid for, you will keep it. We will not change any rules or anything for what you already received. That's bullshit. Imagine you buying something, right? At a store, you're buying. Yeah, I don't have a good example, right? But let's say you're buying a car for $50,000, and then the car manufacturer says, "Well, there's a problem with this car. This car is we sold it kind of too cheap, and yeah, please give back the car, or please give me back the tires of the car, or like the motor, like the engine in English, it's engine. Please give me the engine back." And then you would be like, "What the fuck? I purchased that car for 50 grand. Why should I give you the engine back?" And that is kind of what is happening a lot in this space, where something gets launched and then there are retroactive rule changes, and that's not something we're gonna do. You will keep the engine as long as you don't blow up the engine. As long as you don't go too fast, you will not blow up your engine, and you can continue going. That's how it works. What happens to people on the desk? Like, what incentive is it, or is it same as live? Well, the desk goes as follows. So at the moment, there are no clearly defined parameters or like targets that you need to reach in order to move to the desk. But we will soon release that. We're still working on it. It needs a little bit more time because we obviously need to design it in a way that people also can't cheat around that, right? What moving to the desk, either the remote desk or physical desk, means is you will receive additional capital from us. And in most cases it will be a separate new account. So let's say we have John. Let's call it the trader John. He's been trading an instant funding account with us for a month. He managed to pass the account. He's now trading a funded account. He's taking payouts and he's now live. He has a live account of, let's say, $5,000, taking payouts, and his live account is now sitting at, let's say, $25,000. And he has traded the live account for, let's say, 3 months, as an example. If we see that his performance is good and he didn't simply gamble his way up, and we like what we see, and we also like his participation in the community, as an example, in our stream chats or in Discord, if I will not start using it more actively, and some other things. Then that is a trader that we might want to pick to sit at our physical or remote desk. And we haven't set any fixed numbers yet, but what that would mean is he would come to the office, he would receive a salary, so everything would be paid for, right? You will receive a salary. You're not just sitting there as a trader trying to hope to make a little bit money through payouts. No, you will receive a fixed fair salary, and there will be a split, a higher profit split, like not for you, for the firm, obviously. So you can continue trading in the live account that you already built, let's say with $20,000, but because we like your performance, we're setting you up with a $250,000 live account. But here, with that account, there's a 60-40 split. So we keep 60%, you get 40. After a month, it's a 50-50, and maybe after X months, it's a 40-60 in your favor. That's kind of how it works. Um, and That's the idea. So you could continue trading your live account, keep it as your personal live account if you want, but you will get a separate live account that you will trade at the desk during specific sessions. You will come to the office. We'll analyze the market together. We'll have multiple meetings during the day, one in the morning, one at the end of the day, one in the midday, to get an idea of what is happening. And yeah, then it's basically about generating money together and being successful in the markets. That's all that's about. Now, obviously, because a lot of people will not have the um, possibility to relocate easily. Whether you have family, kids, and a wife, and you've already kind of have your life somewhere. We will also offer the remote trader desk. But as a remote trader, you would never receive the same you would capital and funding as you do as a physical desk trader, for the simple reason of risk management, right? Obviously, every account will have tighter risk parameters like a daily loss limit, like a weekly loss limit. We will have our daily reviews. You'll also have, let's say, if you break a rule, like you're reaching the daily loss limit, as an example, for 2 or 3 days in a row, and we see that you're kind of in a very bad position at the moment, then you would need to take a break for 2 or 3 days. But because you're still receiving your salary, that is not a problem. You're not fully relying on your pay, on your income, right? Like the payouts as your income. You'll get a fixed salary, which will not be the biggest salary, but it will be enough to to cover all necessities that you need in your life. And then you can earn extra money through trading with us. Pretty cool. When you're saying pretty cool, thank you. Yeah, that's the long-term vision, and we'll get the first traders on the desk this year. The first traders can join in November, and yeah, I'm currently still developing plans for that. And November is yeah, it's a tight plan, right? But that's good. We work hard. We can't apply any more discount with pilot, or are we expecting smaller side account upcoming days like 25K pilot? Web Critter, how that works is with the pilot programs, we will usually launch one account first, either 150 or 25K, right? We might also launch a 75 or a 30K at some point, but yeah, that's it. And once we see this account work well, then we will introduce a 50K and a 25K option for the 100K as an example, right? And then you can choose, do you want a larger or smaller account? But during the initial testing phase, there's only one version. And discounts, no. With every account that will be launched as a pilot account, there is a discounted price for those who are early birds who want to test out the account, might potentially run into bugs and can provide us with feedback. So you're much involved in the entire process. So you get a high discount, which the current account is $3.99, but you can't apply any additional discounts in the checkout, right? That wouldn't make any sense. But once the account is added to a regular product catalog, then you can add discounts. Absolutely. Guys, I need to go. Thank you all for your questions. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. Thank you for working with my firm, believing in my firm. Thank you for potentially wanting to become a professional trader. And I really can't wait. And that is like what kind of gets me to wake up in the morning with a lot of excitement that I haven't had right in the past months. Because since I'm now able to focus on the desk and trading again, it excites me so much to know that I will soon be sitting in the office with traders and we will be streaming together, right? Because also the idea is to participate, like to let the community that is not at the desk participate. So there will be cameras placed in some of the corners at the desk that you can kind of see live what is happening at our desk. And yeah, I think that's going to be exciting. Thank you for watching, guys. Yeah, the legal disclaimer, I actually forgot to show it. Now I'm showing it at the end of the stream. I hope I don't get in any trouble. Thank you for watching.